You finally got your hands on a nice little 35mm camera, but I think everyone else has had their hands on it too, apparently. Let's see what we can do about this. Well, we're gonna take a look at how to get this camera to look like the thumbnail you clicked on. These old cameras are super fun to shoot with, and you can get some pretty good deals on eBay or at a garage sale or at a thrift store. Specifically this Yash FX3, when they released it, I'm pretty sure the leather, looked pretty dope. Unfortunately, 40 or 50 years go by, it ends up looking pretty ragged. So in this vid, I'm gonna share with y'all exactly what it took to give this camera just a little facelift, so I could take it in public. Now I ain't gonna hold y'all. The entire process takes about a good hour and just a little bit of patience. And if you're not like that patient type of individual, I get drunk and do it. There's a couple of things I used to get this done. I specifically had to use a flat tip screwdriver with a Phillips head, kind of like the miniaturized versions of you get them from Home Depot. As far as the skins go, I have no idea where to get the skins from. You're on your own, man. The first thing I did was take off the lens. You don't have to, you can get this done however you want. You get this done however you want, man. I took off the lens just because, just to make a little bit more room. And then I stuck a piece of cloth inside just to protect the mirror and the viewfinder. But like I said, do you. This FX3 specifically has this self-timer little knob in the front. You can just remove the old leather, and right up underneath the leather, you'll see a Phillips screw. Once you get the Phillips screw out, the knob just comes right off. Now, if you don't have an FX3, you'll probably have some sort of knob to take off. So just take a look around the camera and just figure out if there's anything that's going to actually restrict the leather from coming off. That, my friends, is a blow dryer. You're going to need a blow dryer. As stated before, this leather has probably been on here for 50 years. So the heat is just going to help the glue that's underneath the leather soften up a little bit so we can actually remove the residue that's underneath the leather. Your new skins will not fit onto the body of this camera without removing both the leather and the glue that's underneath it. I can't stress this enough. If you just try and remove the leather or try and just put the skins over the leather, it's not going to work. Yes, you may have to blow dry it again. But once you finally get the leather off, we finally expose that glue layer that's underneath it. That's pretty gross, man. Let's get that blow dryer back out. And the best way I found to remove the glue layer is to just continue to apply heat to it by way of the blow dryer. And you should find no difficulty simply peeling back the glue with your bare fingers. You may just have to apply a little bit of pressure as you do this, but eventually you'll get most of the glue off and end up with something like this, in which you could finish off the rest of it with some alcohol pads. Don't forget about the cracks and crevices. If you ignore them, your new skin won't stick on to some of the deep corners like what you see right here. So obviously after you're done with one side, go ahead, flip the camera over, do the same thing to the other side. And once you get all the leather off, you should end up with something like this. When you start applying the new leather, make sure you give it just a couple of extra rubs, sexually of course, and you can revisit all those little cracks and crevices with the flat tip screwdriver. After it's all said and done, you should end up with something like this. Like I said, I got faith in you. I know you can do this. As for me, I can finally insert myself back into public being that 1970s hipster that I always wanted to be. But in all seriousness, guys, if you have any questions about anything you saw in this video, slide in my DMs. And of course, don't forget to rub your camera's cracks and crevices.